I think we should resume. Okay, derivation morphemes. Here we have got further divided into suffixes prefixes and suffixes, and here we have got the first one is, let me write here. Okay, there are 8 inflection morphemes in English language, right? Two of them are added to nouns, 4 with verbs, which is we have got s or es again, for showing the third person singular. Okay. Fine. Third person singular. Then fourth is ed. Past tense. Fifth is past participle. From, and six is the ing, progressive form. Then the last two go with adjective, right? So they are er for comparative degree, and do we have the GR available?
Yes, sir.
Will you please mark the attendance, take the screenshots, and send them into the
Okay,
group
sir.
right now. Later on, you will send the names also, please, along with the date.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's start the discussion. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the previous class, we started morphology, we defined morphology, Mark Leba also present, right? We started with morphology, we defined it, and then we talked about morpheme, that what is morpheme. We talked about the two broad categories of morpheme, one of which is free morpheme and another is bound morpheme, right? I hope you remember what is meant by free morpheme and bound morpheme. Free morphemes are of two types, or they are further divided into two broad categories. The first one is lexical morphemes, while the second one is functional morphemes. Okay. Then if you look at the bound morphemes, so they are divided into two categories. Bound morphemes are also divided into, you see, free morphemes, they're divided into these two categories, lexical and functional. In this derivation morpheme, sorry, bound morphemes are divided into two categories. The first one is derivational morphemes, while the second one is inflection morphemes. So today we are going to talk about them. What do we mean by derivational morpheme? Did you people have a subject linguistics in your first semester?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Word formation processes. Have you gone through that chapter?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coinage, borrowing,
Yes.
conversion.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
was
sir.
a word
Yes.
formation process, it was derivation. Do you know what is meant by derivation? Derivation.
Ji, sir.
Derive words from other words.
Exactly,
Yes, sir. When
exactly.
we take other words from other languages, sir.
That is borrowing.
Yes.
Derivation means the process by which new words of different grammatical categories are derived from the existing words, right? So, derivational morphemes uh, are those morphemes, you may say, with the help of which words of different grammatical category are derived from existing words. The derivation morphemes means those morphemes with the help of which words of or new words of different grammatical categories are derived from the existing words. Okay, see the word good. The word good. Is it a verb?
Adjective, sir.
No, sir.
It's an adjective. Very good.
It's adjective, sir. Adjective.
The word good is adjective. Okay, it's adjective. But if I add this derivational morpheme ness, right?
It's
This
noun.
goodness, it becomes a
Sir, now,
noun.
sir.
Yeah, it's a noun now. It's a noun, right? Same as the case with all the previous examples we discussed in the previous class, right? Like we have got the word care. We talked about that and we emphasized on that example particularly. The word care, it's a verb or a noun, right? But if we add less, it becomes an adjective, right? If we add ness, so carelessness becomes a noun. Okay, a lot of words are there, hundreds and thousands of words are there, right? Which are derived from the existing words. But remember, this change of category typically is the feature of derivation. Change of the grammatical category. Like grammatical category means word class, part of speech, right? It's a verb or a noun. It's an adjective then, right? And this entire one is then a noun. Similarly, this is adjective, but this entire word is then a noun, right? So derivational morphemes are those with the help of which we derive new words of different grammatical categories from the existing words, right? So derivational morphemes are they're divided into two categories, as I have mentioned in this sketch for you. Uh, they are called affixes. Derivational morphemes are called affixes. Do you know lahiqe and sabiqe in the Urdu language? Lahiqa and sabiqa.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Lahiqa and sabiqa. Sabiqa, we say sabiqa wazir azam, the previous one, right? Now see, if we look at these words, lahiqa and sabiqa, yeah, I have written here these two words, prefixes and suffixes. You know what is meant by pre-engineering, pre-medical,
Before.
before, very
Before.
good. Pre-writing, before writing, right? So pre means before, okay? If you look at this, lahiqa and sabiqa, sabiqa the previous one, and same is the case with pre means before, right? So derivation morphemes are of two types. They are either prefixes or they are suffixes. You see, suffixes, okay, and they are prefixes as well, if Jarjul has mentioned. Yes, prefixes and suffixes. So prefixes means sabiqa, right? Sabiqa and lahiqa, ya sabiqa and lahiqa. But prefixes means those derivation morphemes which come before the stem, and those which come after the stem are called, which come after the stem are called suffixes, and which come before the stem are called prefixes. How? Let's suppose if I write new, right? New. If I add this renew, you see this re, it comes before the stem. Now if I write renewed, he renewed the policy, okay. So now if you look at this re, can this re stand by itself alone? Re, if I write re, will it make any sense?
No, sir.
It
No,
means
sir.
there is something else here, okay. If I write this it here, will it make any sense?
No, sir.
It means there is something before it, and the thing which is before this one and after this one is called the stem word. The stem, 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 right? Like we have got a stem, and that stem then bears some branches, right? So here we have got new, sorry, it's new, uh, new, new, okay. Now look at this, uh, this, what does it indicate? This small dash, this small, if I write re here and I add this dash here, this happen, it means that this is a prefix, it is before, and there must be some stem word after it. So this blank indicate the stem word, right? If I write ed, if I write ed, right? So we have to write this happen before it, which indicates that there is some stem word before this ed, right? Otherwise, this ed is meaningless. Okay. So prefixes. This is a suffix. Then suffix means that this it has got something before it, right? And if this indicates that it is a prefix, means it by itself is before, and there is some stem word after it, right? So prefixes are, which you see re, pre, for example, pre-existence, pre-existent, pre-medical, pre-engineering, okay, pre-writing, ex, my ex-fellow, ex-classmates, misunderstanding, misconception, co-articulation, co-education, right? Unregistered, right? Unstable. We have got many others as well, like illegal, right? Same is the case with rational. So we have got irrational, right? We have got this M as well, possible, impossible, right? Mature, immature, right? So this M, it is also a prefix. All these are prefixes. There are some stem words after them, right? Then we have got suffixes. So suffixes are full, beautiful, careful. We have got less, careful, sorry, careless. Uh, okay.
Hopeless.
Huh? Yeah, hopeless, senseless, careless, hundreds and thousands of examples you may come up with. Okay, so one is full, another is less, one is lee, is in the word carefully, right? Lee. We have got ish in the case of foolish, foolish, right? They have all, yeah, they have given here foolish, right? Or Britain, British, right? So there are suffixes. Meant, even, meant, ment, right? We have got the word establish, establishment, right? So these are, there are many other suffixes and prefixes as well, right? But the basic point, we have got ness as well as they have given in the word goodness. Okay, so prefixes and suffixes are called combined, they are called affixes. Affixes are the derivational morphemes, and derivational morphemes are those morphemes with the help of which we derive words of different grammatical categories from the existing words. Okay, then moving to inflection
Sir,
morphemes. Yes,
circumfix is also part of it or not, sir?
which one?
Circumfix, sir.
Sorry, I didn't pick your question.
Sir, I'm saying that circumfix is also.
Thank you, Alina, for reminding me to start the recording. Thank you. Okay, so you got it. Ing choose the that form, progressive form. Then coming to the last two inflection morphemes, the first of which is the first of which is added to, or the first of which indicates comparative degree of adjective, and the second of which indicates superlative degree. Both of them, remember, both these morphemes, so inflection morphemes, they are added to adjectives, but er indicates the comparative degree of adjective, while est indicates the superlative degree. Comparative degree, for example, if there is a person, if there is a person and this person is Mr. or Mrs. A, Mr. or Mrs. A, Mr. or Miss, right? Mr. or Miss A. So then there is another person, Mr. or Miss B, right? A and B, two persons are there. If I say that A is tall, A is tall, this is the positive degree. I hope you already know about these positive, comparative, and superlative degrees. This is tall, and
Sir.
not, I'm not comparing with anybody, right? But if I want to say that A is taller than B, this is the comparative degree, because we compare one thing, one person, or one thing with another. Only two
Yes, sir.
things are
Yes,
there.
yes.
So I'll say A is taller than B. But if there is a comparison between one and more than one, right? Like here we have got one, and we have to compare this one with two, or we have to compare this one with three, with 10, or with thousand, with millions, right? So when we compare one with one, this is the comparative degree. But when we compare one with more than one, it becomes the superlative degree. So we will say A is the tallest person of their class. A is the tallest person of his or her class. So tallest means, or A is the tallest among his siblings, right? Or A is the tallest among her siblings. Now, this tallest actually indicates the superlative degree. So two of the, sorry, the last inflection morpheme, which is est, is added to adjective to indicate the superlative degree of adjective. So we have got eight inflection morphemes in English language. Two of them are added to nouns. First, the first of them is s or es. It is added to noun to indicate the plural form. Then apostrophe s is added to nouns to indicate the position. Then verb So four of them are added to verbs. The first one is or es for indicating the third person singular, ed for indicating the past tense, en for indicating the past participle form, ing for indicating the progressive form. These are the four forms of verbs. Coming to the last two, which are added to adjectives. So er is added to adjective for indicating the comparative degree, while est is added to adjective for indicating the superlative degree of adjective. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We have got a departmental meeting chaired by